John Pollock here at WrestleCon New Orleans, WrestleMania weekend here with the Master of Ceremonies for WrestleCon. Is that the appropriate title? You're just the man of a million titles.
It is the appropriate. I've worked my way up the WrestleCon ladder. I was in NXT WrestleCon a couple years ago, and here I am as the MC.
Had to cut promos with the word mustache. You passed with flying colors, and now look at you, you're running the show.
Exactly. Hogan's running the show across the street, and I'm here running the show. So it's
the Daniel Bryan of WrestleCon, just rising to the top.
People's champion, you know, a guy that people can believe in.
For people that are at home watching this, they hear about WrestleCon, all that goes on involving WrestleMania weekend. Tell us a bit about WrestleCon and what the fans get to experience here.
WrestleCon is the alternative to the WWE Access and all that. What you're seeing right here are some of the pro wrestlers who aren't employed by the WWE, but are some of the biggest names in professional wrestling. Guys who you know, like Bret the Hitman Hart, Goldberg, Edge is here. There's just a who's who of professional wrestling from that era, the guys who've retired, and then you got your up-and-coming guys. You got your guys who are the biggest draws on the independent scene, Chris Hero, Colt Cabana, you name it, they're here right now. And this is way more interactive. At Access, it's, hello, here's your picture with Randy Orton, goodbye. Here, you can sit down. Hey, Colt Cabana, I love that match you had with this guy, and talk to people. You just walk around. You see Pat Tanaka. I saw you guys.
You just walked right into the shot.
Like,
fantastic.
Pat Tanaka.
Wei Ting and Pat Tanaka.
I almost wanted to yell, yeah, fish and rice, but I thought, nope, you don't yell that at an Asian man. That's not acceptable. And but yeah, it's amazing. You just walk around here and you see your childhood.
Who's that one guy that you come to an event like this and you just want to see that person? For me, every year, it's a highlight of mine in my heart to go up to Brutus Beefcake and try and get an interview out of him where it's like I'm asking him for a six-figure loan. And to me, that's one of the joys here. You can just go up to someone, and there's always that one guy that stands out.
I thought, for me, a couple years ago in Miami, seeing Ahmed Johnson. Because he's not here all the time, and you just see Ahmed Johnson, and you're like, wow, there he is. He's bigger than you remember him, but that's Ahmed Johnson.
He's more Big T than Ahmed Johnson.
Way more Big T. On the Ahmed Big T scale, Big T is really winning. But you see guys like that. For me, it is the same thing. It's the guys from the 80s. Just still, you're like, yeah, you're still the Nasty Boys, but you look different, and it's wild.
What stuff are you personally involved in? Stuff that you're hosting and involved with?
For the past 2 evenings, we've done our Colt Cabana and Friends make fun of bad wrestling movies. We did No Holds Barred, which is a classic, award-winning. Last night we did Ready to Rumble, which I have not seen in a while, and it doesn't get better. It doesn't get better. Like those videos on YouTube, it doesn't get better. Tonight we have a live Art of Wrestling. We're going to do a live comedy show that you and Wei are going to be involved in, where we just celebrate bad wrestling, celebrate all of our love for professional wrestling. And then at midnight, after the Hall of Fame, we have our traditional $5 Wrestling Live show, where people come over from the Hall of Fame, where they've been staying here for the indie show, and we watch bad wrestling and just have fun with it.
And $5 wrestling, I mean, it's growing into just, it's something that it is just pro wrestling fans, it's just synonymous with yourself and Colt Cabana. It's got to be cool for you guys, just from the ground floor, this idea that you guys probably just, came up with out of nowhere, and now it's growing into this incredible thing, I think, for wrestling fans, especially when they all congregate together for a live event.
There's nothing like getting in a room with your buddies and watching, bad wrestling and making fun of it, and then you have a giant room full of wrestling fans from all over the world, and you watch past wrestling and just enjoy it and make fun of it with love. And with the sort of admiration we have for professional wrestling, and the guys that we've sort of have in our company, guys like Freight Train and Big Donnie, who have become like stars in their own right. Where I remember
Freight Train's got his booth.
Freight Train has his booth. Last year, Freight Train had a booth in between Jushin Thunder Liger and Bobby the Brain Heenan, and I was like, if that's not a measure of success, I don't know what is.
Let our viewers know as well about all the projects you work on. Of course, Worst Promo Ever, the podcast. Let them know.
Every Monday night, Colt Cabana and I have Worst Promo Ever. It is on YouTube. We tweet it out. Follow either at Colt Cabana or at Marty DeRosa. If you enjoy silly wrestling tweets, you can go to at Marty DeRosa. And my Wrestling with Depression podcast is available on iTunes, Stitcher, and all that stuff.
Any word on whether Impact is going to get nominated for a Razzie this year?
I would hope so. I'm definitely starting that grassroots campaign, and I definitely hope that that it is definitely in the contention for a Razzie.
It feels like it's the kind of thing that if they ever did get nominated for one, they would actually like embrace it and be so proud of the fact that, hey, they are talking about us.
Absolutely, and
On with it.
when you watch Impact Wrestling, I think it's the old Vince Russo method of thought of, hey, they're talking about us, so it can't be that bad. So I'm talking about him, and I know you guys are talking about him.
We love it. More Willow.
I look forward to my my Friday mornings of hearing you and Way's review of Impact more than anything. It's my absolute favorite, and I told you on the air the other day, there's just nothing quite like Way being like, I don't even understand what's happening, and why are all these people doing this, and do you have to be on drugs to understand this? And then you just go, well, Abyss is in the ring, just kind of resetting the table, so.
He's got to keep that ball going. He is Marty DeRosa. Follow him online at Marty DeRosa, and we got more coming to you from WrestleCon.
Thanks, John.